Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. We are going to recap the week that was in Major League Baseball, and I'm excited to do just that. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, presented to you by SeatGeek. It's episode number 502. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake. We got Trev in California, not for long, and BBD behind the dish. Little groundskeeping here before we even start. We are pre-recording this episode Thursday at 12:30 p.m., so there are some series that have not been concluded yet. The reason why we are pre-recording this episode is because Trev is about to fly east to come here for the weekend as we put on a big floor hockey tournament that you guys will see in a couple months' time if you watch the Warehouse Game stuff. So there's some games not missed, and also Trev's going to give us the NL, and then he's off to catch the flight because it's like actually, in the air in like 3 hours or so, Trev?
Something like that, yeah, 3 hours. I did pre-record for the pre-record my standout performance and my award. So you will see me at the end of the show. This is like Inception. Like what timeline are we in? Who knows? It's a freaking simulation. We always tell you people that. And Jake is the court jester of the simulation. Jake, what's up, bro?
Always joking, Trevor, James, BBD, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your Friday as you listen to this. Man, I love baseball. I'll just put it out there. I'll just straight up put it out there. And I'm excited, dude. I mean, some of the Braves are rolling. My Yankees cannot be stopped, Trev. God, you would have looked so good in those pinstripes. Thick boy Trev, no facial hair. I'm excited to see you. We're going to have a lot of fun this weekend. And I'm excited. Jim?
I'm also excited. I'm excited. I was doing a lot of little pivot to the AL. I was supposed to have the NL, so I had to, switch gears this morning. But I had some fun watching the stuff. You know what series I particularly enjoyed?
Ooh.
Watching and reading up on?
Yeah.
Rangers-Astros, the Battle of Texas.
I like that.
Yeah, some great domino effect baseball. Actually, I just asked Ryan to pull the footage so I can make a breakdown on it, just like the domino effects of baseball. If you steal this base, what can happen then? Because it was in both games, 1 and 2 in that series. We'll get to it when we get to it.
Taylor Hearn, texted him. My guy.
Does he like you?
Taylor Hearn does he likes us. It's almost a little confusing because he's awesome, and it's just like you don't really like us, right? He does. Yeah.
Did he do the height chart? Did you have the height chart?
Yeah, he's on there.
Yeah.
He's on there.
Only beat by Bobby Skinner.
Oh my God.
I think Blevins is just under.
I want to like Taylor Hearn.
Okay.
All right.
And I do like him.
Okay.
I do like him. But whenever you hang out with him, he's too big.
He's tall.
Huge.
He's tall. We do a sitting down hang,
Yeah.
Just grab some.
He's a big
you got to sit down with him.
Just grab some chair.
100%.
Yeah.
Lower his chair,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's stud?
Trev, I'm excited to hear about what happened in the National League. Are you ready to give it to us?
1 second.
Okay.
That's
Getting
fair.
my clock up.
Trev, it's going to be brought to you by DraftKings, the king of drafts. They are the official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball, and if you are a new customer, you can bet just $5 on any team to win and get $150 in free bets no matter what. Did Poppy Gordo's 3-team parlay hit last Friday? You know it did.
Of course it did.
You know it did. Sorry about it. Trev hates when I pick winners. DraftKings, they have their same game parlays. It's safe, secure, and reliable. Why don't you download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOHNBOY. Bet just $5 and get $150 in free bets no matter what happens on the field. That's promo code JOHNBOY at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. MLB trademarks used with permission. Trevor Plouffe.
The National League. And you're off.
My people, we are going to start out up in the nation's capital. There's a team there, they're called the Nationals. Not very good. A team came in to play them. They are very good. It's the Atlanta Braves, who have now won 14 in a row after this sweep. 9-5, 10-4, 8-2, all Braves. They hit 13 homers in 3 games. People, Ion Anderson not having a great year, but we still say his name whenever we can. 4 innings pitched, 4 runs, but the Braves backed him up with the bats. 5 homers in game 1. Fried, not a great outing, 5 2/3, 4 earned runs. But again, the Braves backed him with the long ball, 5 homers again. And then Spencer Strider came in and did his thing in the last game. Braves get the sweep. It's not all good news for the Braves as they lose Ozzie Albies to a fractured left foot. Nationals were without Soto. He exits game 1 and sits game 2 and 3, so that's not good. Braves get the sweep. They are rolling. Shea Station, Mets, watch your back. The freaking boys drank their Pedialyte. Moving on to Chicago. It has not been a fun summer for baseball in Chicago. Padres at the Cubs. They've won all 3 so far. We got game 4 happening today. 4-1, 12-5, 19-5. Padres, are you kidding me? The relief pitchers for the Cubs, 22.91 ERA. That is not good. Darvish dealt against Steele in the first game. Machado had the go-ahead RBI single, and Hosmer the 2-run double in the 8th inning. Second game, Manaea, not a great start. Hendricks, 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Manaea gave up 5 and 4, but it doesn't matter because the Padres scored 4 in the 6th and 6 in the 7th to take the lead. Voit had the go-ahead 3-run double. Game 3 of that series, Weather's not a good start. 3 2/3, 4 in runs. It doesn't matter. The Padres scored 6 in the 5th, including Machado's 2-run home run. He's got 1,500 hits, people. News out of San Diego, Tatis not healing fast enough.
What?
For the Padres medical team. Whatever that means, he'll be back. Don't worry about it. But the Padres have swept so far. 3 out of 4. Moving on to the Brewers and the Mets in New York. The series is split so far. They've only played 2 games. Game 3 is tonight. 4-0 Mets in game 1, 10-2 Brewers in game 2. Basically, it's the pitch, and Bassett goes 8 shutty in game 1 against the Brew Crew, who needs to find their offensive stride. They found it in game 2 behind Corbin Burns, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. The Brewers scored 7 in the 5th inning of that game 2. Council gets win 564 for the most as a Brewers manager. Series split so far. This is a playoff matchup baseball right here. Game 3 happens tonight, split so far. Moving on to St. Louis. Almost the sweep. Cardinals take 3 of 4 from the Pirates. 7-5, 3-1, 9-1. All Cardinals until yesterday. The Pirates bested them 6-4. Zach Thompson, first career start, goes 5 innings pitched, 5 earned runs in that game. Goldie with the go-ahead homer in the 7th after the Cardinals tied it with 5 runs in the 6th. Liberatore 5 shutty innings in game 2. Goldschmidt is an absolute freaking beast. He's basically done it in every single game this year. Game 3, it was the Mikolas almost no-hitter down to the last strike, and Cal Mitchell hits the ball right over Bader's head. We'll talk about that. In game 4, Flaherty comes back. Not a great start. Some errors there. Pirates take that one, but the Cardinals do take 3 of 4. They're rolling. Marlins at Phillies. Phillies take 2 of 3. 3-2 Phillies, 11-9 Marlins, then 3-1 Phillies. I don't have a lot of time left, so we'll talk more about these afterwards. Gibby pitches well. Stubbs with a walk-off homer. Hoskins with the walk-off double, so they did it late in the game. The Phillies did. They took 2 out of 3. In the last series, Reds at D-backs. Reds take 2 out of 3 because Malibu Mike's a stud. We'll talk a little bit about that. Joey Votto's doing TikToks. We like it. And that's what happened in the National League.
Hey. Now, we don't have the full series here, so I can do a standings a little bit. Like the Braves, obviously interested there. They've won 14 in a row and are now only 4 games behind the Mets. It was like 10 games not that long ago, I feel like. It's definitely 8 at some point. Philly, 8.5 back. In the NL, the Cardinals stay in first place and pick up a game over the Brewers. And in the West, the Padres and the Dodgers are now tied in the winning percentage, but the Dodgers are up 1 in the loss column. Interesting. I want to go to Atlanta first, Trev, if you don't mind. I want to talk about the Braves. One of the notes I read was that the Braves have outscored their opponents by 48 runs during this stretch. That was at one point. But the other one, I read the wrong bullet point. They've gotten an MLB leading 29 home runs from the bottom third of their lineup.
They're kind of all going. At least all producing somewhat right now. And that's kind of what we were not seeing out of the Braves early on in the year. 2 straight games with 5 home runs. I mean, that's how you're going to win games, especially against a Nationals team without Soto. They're not going to score a ton of runs. So the Braves went and did the thing. And, you talk about schedule, you talk about playing the Nationals, you got to beat these teams. And that's what they've been doing. It's been a little soft part of their schedule during the 14 games, but 14 games in a row, vibes are high in Atlanta right now. 4 games back. I mean, that is pretty inconceivable when you're talking, 2 weeks ago, what they were facing. I think Mets fans have got to be thinking, can we get our pitching back, please? Can we get our guys back? Because that lead is shrinking, and it's daily. It's going down.
If you're Bravos, sucks you're going to lose Ozzy, although he wasn't having an Ozzy Albies kind of start to the season. So it's almost, we'll see you when we see you. And yeah, man, Dansby, we talked about him last episode and what he's doing. Young, he's thick. He's Austin Riley. Ronnie, obviously. Michael Harris, the kid coming in, playing some center field while also an 894 OPS out of him, 328 batting average. I love these Braves. I'm glad they got going. And, hey, we'll see where the standings land at the end of the year. But you mentioned it was an easy schedule or easy part of their schedule. If a team goes 10-4, that's really good. To go 14 straight, that's nuts. And like you said, kind of everything has to be clicking, because if one day your starting pitcher or your bullpen or your defense, if something doesn't show up, you lose. Hot take, Jake. Braves rolling. I love it.
Trevo, Ozzy's out, and Arcia has been playing at second base. He's been a shortstop for a long time, but not played a lot of second base at all. I guess Braves fans, is this the solution until he tempers, until you need to find a second one? Like, can he run it here until they get a return? Trev, is that an easy thing? Like, as a team, are you like, you play shortstop, you can play second base?
Yes and no. I mean, it's, as you can imagine, everything's just kind of turned around for you at second base. Specifically, the double plays are tough. With the new rules where a guy has to slide into the base and you're not really worried about getting your shit taken out, it makes it a little bit easier. You can kind of just set up and do it. The turns are different. When you have to feed the ball to second on double play, I would say that's probably the hardest transition. As a shortstop, everything's natural. It's going that way. And at second base, it's just the opposite way. So that's a feed that he'll have to work on. I'm sure they're out there doing that a lot. Him and Dansby need to get comfortable together. So they should be out there flipping double plays, learning where each other, like the range is there for the shifts and stuff like that. Second base, shifting too is a little strange. Going out there and playing that short right center or right field, is something that's different. I don't know if Orlando's the solution or not. But right now, running them out there.
Hey, and people are probably familiar. Orlando Arcia, he was the Brewers shortstop for 4 or 5 years or whatever it was. He's 27 years old. And by the way, in AAA, my guy was hitting a little bit this year, 282, 351, and 867 OPS. He's still 27. And we talk about organizations. How often have we talked about your San Francisco Giants coaching staff? Clearly, the Braves organization is pretty well run. Maybe they tap into a little something, or maybe they don't at all. Come back, Ozzy. We love you. That hair.
They tapped into Jesse Chavez doing it for them. Like, I love the old guys. Just kind of just sticking around. Jolly actually gave him a shout out today on Baseball Today. Ooh. So it's a big deal. Mets fans are freaking out if they're giving compliments to Jesse Chavez in the back end of the Braves bullpen. I love that.
And Strider's been huge for the Braves in this stretch.
And apparently people have been calling him Doc Holliday for like 10 years. So I was
Well,
late
that's
to the
fine. You
party
didn't
on
know
that.
that. But you didn't know that, so it's still a good connection for you to make.
There was a pitch ninja of Spencer Strider the other day that fastball 98, slider 89, I think, and halfway to the plate, they are there. Fastball's up and in, sliders out of the zone. It's gross.
During this stretch, Acuna has actually been cold with the bat. Still helps him out on defense a lot. But interesting to note that like he came back, and I think that sparked a lot of this. And now with his bat being relative, maybe he's had timely hits. I'm not positive, but I just know the numbers are colder. They're still doing it. So it's not just him, obviously, from the other stat I said, bottom of the order. Great job. Marlins-Phillies, is that a big one? Is that where you want to go next?
Yeah, let's go to it. We're time hopping here. I like that. Marlins, Phillies still, they're one game above 500 as we record this. Took care of business against. That's a tough Marlins team to go out and win a series against. So we're happy with that. Watched a lot of Gibby start, which was yesterday. Nasty. Got that like two-seamer working again. I thought he was kind of like banging that a little bit, but it was back.
Is it like here or is it like here?
We're gonna talk. I gave Gibby my
butt.
standout, just so
Okay.
you know.
Damn, spoiled.
Okay.
Wow.
So we can't go into too much
Might hear
about
about
it,
it
but I
later.
mentioned some things that he was doing with that.
Okay.
Tune into that later on the show. But 8 innings pitched, 1 Ernie. Gib, what's up, dog?
Love that.
Gotta love that. 2 walk-offs for the Phillies in here. This was Reese with the walk-off double, and that was when Sandy gets pulled from the game, and they bring lefty against Didi. Didi gets the hit. First pitch, ties the game. Hoskins walks it off, and Sandy's pissed.
Well,
I said, I want to hear your guys' take, because I said I think he was mad at himself for walking 2 guys to start that inning. After the game, Mattingly said like no matter what, the 4th batter was going to the bullpen. I don't know if I necessarily believe. I'm curious to see what you guys thought, or if anything else came out that I missed.
I saw that about him a little bit when he was mad, but you want him to be mad. I mean, either at himself or that he's not able to clean up his own situation. Like I would not want a complacent pitcher walking off the mound there. I mean,
he did though. That's the weird thing is he walks the 2 guys, but he gets the double play ball. So now it's just a runner on third base with 2 outs. And like as a manager, you could let him go, but Mattingly said
as long as Sandy knew that.
Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. But I agree with you. You want him to be fired up.
I think managers always kind of lie about that because I think you're right. If Sandy Alcantara, if he gave up a broken bat single and then he struck out the next 2 and he looked nasty, like I don't think Donnie's going to the bullpen. I think you let him ride. So I don't know. And yeah, you had it, Jim. You don't want your star pitcher coming out of the game and being like, "Whoo!"
Thank God I won't be out there anymore.
Yikes!
There's
a lot of times where that happens. By the way, they might not show it, but they're like, "Thank God."
Yeah, please. Yeah, there's a couple in the games I was watching. Hoskins' first career walk-off, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, it says it's first walk-off RBI of Hoskins' career. And so maybe he had a walk-off fielder's choice or some shit like that. Or like if walk-off, I don't know what that means. Bryce Hart, or no, and then Alcantara, 20 scoreless streak snapped. When Bryce Harper hit the double off of him.
Reese's going nut job, Trev. I don't know how close you guys are at this point, but if you're looking to send some texts and suck up, he's gone full nut job. Last 9 games, 5 homers, 447, 500, 1.47 OPS. So he gets hot in a hurry. He was hanging around league average OPS, and now he's up to 821.
Have you seen what they've had Matt Vierling doing?
Dancing?
These are the positions he's played in June so far. Center field, left field, second base, right field, third base, center field, first base. Now, some of those are defensive replacement for 1 inning at the end of the game, but they had him start a game at second base and at third base. And I was looking it up, and like in his minor league career, 8 games at third base, and you got to go like pretty far back. Or actually, I think they started doing AAA, but yeah, it's kind of weird. Just go out there and play, kid.
If a guy does that, you throw all defensive metrics out the window, because unless they're good, then you really praise the guy. If they're bad, that's not his fault at all. Like, trying to be a good second baseman, third baseman, outfielder is nobody can do that, dude. It's impossible to be good at all those positions. Unless he is, then he deserves all the credit in the world. Pretty small sample size so far, but that's tough.
Marwin Gonzalez has impressed me with how good he is at every position. I want to give him a shout out for that because it is cool.
Okay.
Matt Vierling, Phillies have never cared about defense. Are you healthy? Can you throw? You got a glove? Get out there, kid.
I think I made up a fake Bohm quote where he said, "We're here to bang, baby." That's all they care about.
Yeah.
Hoskins, go ahead homer, right? In game 2 in the 8th, but then the bullpen blew it for them. So that kind of sucks. You know, you're the hero and then you're nothing. Then Gibby did his thing. Did you see and I don't know if he's worn these before. Did you see the Jazz Chisholm glasses he had on?
No.
I kind of mentioned it in my standout too. Just Jake, go check out yesterday. Okay.
I'm Googling it.
Okay.
Castellano is hitting for average. No power this month as he since his return, I believe. What was he on the IL for?
Partying.
Could have been.
I'm
blanking.
He needs an iPhone. I think that's all he needs.
Was he on the IL? Maybe he wasn't.
Let's
I don't know what
do.
I'm thinking of.
Let's go to Brewers-Mets. 2 games there, split. Feels like a playoff type scenario here. First game Bassett deals. You're like, oh, where's the offense for the Brew Crew? They need to go make a move. Then they score 10 runs in the second game. So it's weird when you see him hit. When you see the Brew Crew put up 10, you're like, that seems like a oddity. It doesn't seem like a Brewers type game. And I wish it was not like that. I wish they had already made these offensive upgrades that have been promised to me. But that's all for not now. But Brewers finding ways to win. And when you got a guy like Corbin Burns on the mound, you can kind of bank on it. Score 10 with Corbin on the mound, you're going to win that game. 7 runs in the 5th inning of that game too. And then, you got to give a shout out to Counsell. Like I said, 564. He's the winningest Brewers manager of all time. Got to love that for him.
It's pretty cool.
I know the guys love him.
Like in love with him?
Who's second?
Some might be. What's wrong with that?
Who's the second best manager of all time?
Ooh, I want to guess.
I'd guess Ned Yost.
I actually have no idea. Not Renicky.
Not Renicky. I have it. You want it?
Yeah, I want
Ned Yost is third, Jake.
Fuck shit, damn.
Phil Garner.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Also tied for first in ejections. Brewers manager ejections.
Some good news for the Brew Crew. Woodruff will make a rehab start on Saturday, and Colton Wong expects to return on Saturday when he's eligible. He had a calf thing going on. And also, I guess good news for the Mets. Burns went up and in and took hits starting Marte on his wrist, but the x-rays were negative, so he's day-to-day. Hopefully he just kind of has a few days off, because that's always scary, man, around the wrist and the hand and stuff like that. We want these teams healthy, full strength. That's what good baseball is all about.
That is what it's all about. Padres just win.
They just win.
Cubs are so bad.
Yeah. The Cubs pitching, I mean, I don't know what you do. I don't know how you finish this. I don't know what they're going to do to get through a season. Right now, like it's going to be a lot of young arms getting shell-shocked and up too early. And
I mean, look at this offensive numbers of this series, dude. The Padres hit 371 as a team. They scored 12 runs, then 19 runs. I mean, that's incredible. Doing this all without Tatis. The Cubs, I think, are like kind of the reason here. We talked about the TPP. Like, where are the Cubs? Like, what are they doing? Are they going for it? Are they not going for it? They signed Suzuki. They signed Stroman. Like, okay, that marks that's a signal they're going for it, but it's not there. And it's going to make for a curious trade deadline. It's going to make for a curious offseason for them because I said today on Baseball Day, it's a rudderless boat, man. Where are you going to go? Where do you think they go? I mean, seriously, where in their organizational timeline, where are they?
I mean, Miley, Smiley, and Stroman are all on the IL. I don't know some of them it's strained. Let me see. Strained shoulder for Miley, strained oblique for Smiley, inflammation for Stro. I don't know if they're returning. As an organization, I'm not searching for that answer because I really don't know. They weirded me out last offseason, but I'm just like, how do you get through 3.5 more months? You can't do what you're doing right now and give up this many runs and lean on this many arms. You're going to ruin some young kids' careers.
I think we talked about it. If you remember the Mets trade a couple years ago, where they got a couple like quadruple A arms, and they were really excited about that. Like, these are guys that we can send up and down. Like, when the Cubs are making trades this year, and they're gonna sell. I mean, this team is broken. Like, I think those are going to be valuable guys for them, for the organization to get through. And Jim, I know you were talking about the kind of the rhythm of baseball or the ripple effect. You may hear about that. First game of their last series with the Yankees, extra innings, 1-1 game. They lose it in 13th innings. The rest of the series, they fall apart. This game, Steele goes toe-to-toe with Darvish for 7. And then the bullpen comes in, gets rocked, and then you're giving up double digits on back-to-back days. And, man, it becomes a long summer real quick.
Pretty brutal. But they got a lot
Padres, too, baby.
Yeah, and the Padres side is...
Up.
What the hell was that Tatis news?
Yeah.
He's not healing fast enough, according to the training staff that had some probably bad timeline about healing.
Yeah, but all right.
Hadn't healed as much as they thought he would have.
That's just
here's what they said. Jim.
He's
eligible now to catch fly balls, whereas before he was only eligible to catch ground balls. So
who are these doctors?
What is that, bro? It's the way. In fact, I think catching a fly ball is less like hard on your body and your wrist than a ground ball.
I say I don't know what I'm smelling here, but this smells so fishy and weird. I don't know if it's just me, but that is not like the president.
Oh, I had a good joke there. Damn it.
Preller came out and said another MRI scan continued to show healing, but it was not quite at that level for a full green light. But even if that's true, I just don't feel like you say that. I don't know whatever. That's weird. Something's odd about the way that's being said and presented. Because you're right, Trev, like they just get the timeline wrong.
And yes, they gave a bad timeline.
But now they're pinning it on like his body.
Everyone's different. Like some people heal fast, some people don't. Like how could you? That's why timelines are dumb. And honestly, that's why organizations don't like to give timelines out. You put a number on something and it doesn't show up, then you're like, oh, Tatis is soft or Tatis is a bad healer. It's like, I don't know. Is that true? Or did you just put a bad timeline out there for people? Yeah. I got 1 minute left. Cardinals did the damn thing. I think they're my favorite team in baseball right now. Until the Brew Crew makes a move. I got the Cardinals as being a better team than them. We all know that. Jay Flair comes back. Not a great start for him, but it's good to see him out there on the mound. Tyler Heineman, that magician, bunted and made him throw a ball away. I know that was kind of a funny moment for me, Tyler, and probably Jack too. After the game, Jack's very crazy during the game.
Good.
But I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And don't skip the. You know what? Don't skip the Reds and the Diamondbacks. Okay.
My snakes.
Don't do that.
You think we're not going to talk about Perdomo, bro? Love you, Trev.
Bye, Trev. See you later.
Yeah.
Be good, Big Daddy. Thank God.
I thought we were skipping the Reds and the Snakes. Totally forgot.
We can start the show.
What do you got on your Snakes?
I love them. Best team in baseball. No, man. I mean, Reds and D-backs. Two fan bases I'm very close to.
No, Reds fans and you have never really It's not that you don't get along, you just
Right.
never been introduced.
Right. We get a 12-inning game in there if you're one of the people who watched all 12 innings.
I mean, Sessa and Poppin?
Don't. You can't say that on the air. Actually, that game was a ton of fun. That's right. This was the shutout game through 9 innings.
Through 9.
They start going extra innings, and it's the Reds. Snakes came back a couple times. They couldn't get it done. And then Gallen Castillo, actually, that final game is a really fun pitcher matchup. So this was great. But I take back my claps if you watch this series.
Okay,
You got some good baseball.
it's worthwhile.
Oh, yeah.
Reds won the first 2.
Yeah. Those getaway day snakes, though. I'm going to look that up. I won't. But I think on getaway days, the snakes are really good.
All right. Look it up.
Analytics.
We can look that up,
We
man.
can look that up.
We can look that up. Anything else in the National League you want to go over?
I don't think so. I mean, I know Cardinals were quick there.
Cardinals had the largest come from behind victory of the season for them.
Yeah.
They were down 5-0. They came back, game-tying home run on a hanging curveball for Dylan Carlson, who they're very excited about.
Yeah.
He's starting to hit again, and he's a tank. And I read this whole article talking about how much they like him.
And Jim, you have to remember our Cardinals, a historic franchise. Dylan Carson's wearing number 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah, you better go, dude. They need to retire that number.
What's your favorite character from Ozark? 3.
Probably the little girl,
Ruth?
Ruth.
I don't know how little she is.
I think the character's like 24.
Yeah.
Okay.
Petite.
She's petite.
She's actually 6 foot flat.
That's a lie.
Certain shoes.
I think that was the flat thing you said. Flat shoes.
Flat shoes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
All right, let's move on.
Jack Flaherty's back. We love Jack.
Jay Flair.
he definitely wasn't laughing about the bunt he threw away.
No.
Like the most intense dude in the world.
Still don't think he's laughing about it that
No.
much. Yeah.
No.
Haha, yeah, Trev texted me. Not into it.
Probably mad at Trev.
Yeah,
Sorry, Jack.
that's fine. All right, you want to hear about the AL?
I do want to hear about the American League.
The Astros traveled all the way to Arlington to play the Rangers. They lost game 1. Jake, this was a fun comeback by the Rangers. First time the Astros have squandered a lead past the 7th inning. Small ball, does them in. The Astros come back in game 2.
Okay.
Yes. Nice base running by Altuve. Tucker finalized it with a big homer. Good job by the Astros. Then the Astros face Tyson Miller, making his second start for them, and they take care of business right quick and win the series because the Rangers need the spot start. They went to Tyson Miller. The Cubs DFA'd him. So sorry, Tyson, you'll get him. Talk to her, and he knows about bad starts and then overcoming it. The White Sox and the Tigers played 3 games, and you're going to like this, Jake. The White Sox swept the Tigers. Swept them. They slashed 398 batting average as a team, the White Sox. 398 batting average as a team. Lance Lynn made his return. Joe Kelly made his return. They hit. Hinch called the team meeting after the game, called having to use 3 position players to pitch embarrassing. Hinch, you're right. 'Twas embarrassing. And, like, what's going on? Bad. The Rays and the Yankees have played 2 of their 3 games. The Yankees took game 1, 2-0. Cole got the shutout. Kluber pitched well, but gets 2 unearned after the Rays outfielders drop and then throw the ball around. In game 2, the Yankees face McClanahan, who's having an amazing season. The Yankees toss Nestor, also having an amazing season. McClanahan, they walk Kiner Falefa to get Higashioka up, and he pops a 3-run homer down the line. Unearned runs because the Rays outfielder dropped the ball. Common theme. They play game 3 tonight. Twins and Mariners. Twins took 2 out of 3 from the Mariners. The Twins won the first game and the third game. They really like their new 1-2-3 Arise Buxton, Correa, the ABC lineup.
I like it too.
They're 3 games have done in that order, and all 3 they scored in the first inning. It's something like that. Ryan comes back, doesn't pitch great. Gray gets the shutout. Gilbert tossed a good game for the Mariners to win theirs. Orioles and Blue Jays played 2 out of 3. Their game 4 is coming up today. Blue Jays won game 1. Blue Jays won game 3. Orioles won game 2. Vladdy gets his first walk-off of his career. The Blue Jays are hitting like crazy, and also Kikuchi, not good. But Barrios, nice start. Manoah, awesome, as always. A's and Red Sox. Red Sox won both games so far. They play game 3 today. Pivetta goes 8 innings again, and then Winkowski, rookie for the Red Sox, gets called up, and he pitches really well as well. Verdugo gets his first home run since April something. So that's fun. And I think that's it. I think that's all the American League. I think that's all of them. Felt like time was going slow. I felt like the music was on half speed.
You got a standings update for me?
I sure can find one, but I think I closed out that tab by accident because I'm dumb.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm dumb.
No.
A dumb person. I mean, I'm guessing the Yankees extended their lead and the Red Sox caught up with the Rays. We were kind of talking about that before we went live too, so it's an educated guess. Okay, I'm pulling it up. Just filibustering.
Yankees are in first.
Yankees
46 and 16. They are now 9 games up on the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yep.
Rays are in third, 11 games back. With the Red Sox sneaking up on them. Game and a half back of the Rays. Orioles are birds.
The White Sox sweep, but only gain a game in the standings as the Twins win 2 out of 3, and the Cleveland Guardians are in second place in that division still. They actually gained half a game. And then in the AL, Houston gains a lead on second place Texas Rangers in that rubber match where the Rangers threw Tyson Miller, who's it's a second start, and he has actually been like a reliever lately, and then they're like, it was a bad start. But I like the Rangers and Houston series.
Is that where you want to start?
Sure, I guess. That's where the sheet starts. Hearn, 5.1, 3 earned in game 1. So in game 1, the Rangers had 13 come from behind wins on the season, and they just had 2 against, who did the Rangers just play? The Twins? No. They just played the
Previous to Houston, who did the Rangers play? Is that the question?
White Sox? White Sox.
Okay.
Yeah, and they had 2 come from behind there. And on the other side, the Astros are 30-0 when leading after the 7th. 30-0. And that was the situation presented. And the Rangers, did you see any of this? I really like the way this game ended.
So might be a breakdown.
Yeah, the Rangers steal more bases than anyone else in the league. So they get on. I forget who got the hit to start it off, but they pinch run Culberson. He steals. The next ball, he would have got hit into a double play, but he goes to third now. So they bring the infield in, and it's just off the shortstop's glove. They hit 3 balls that would have been outs, but because the defense was shifting to the runner on third, they were hits. Because then Duran gets on, he steals second, and the next hit is I think Brad Miller poked one through or blooped one over. So it's pretty cool that they're just running. Because
Zeke Duran, baby.
He doesn't have a
start.
He doesn't even have a lot of steals on the season.
No, only 11 games for him, but he's raking. Yeah, Adolis Simeon. And our guy Eli White now in the IL, racking up a lot of the.
Simeon had a real hit during that rally.
Love real hits.
Yeah, I like bloops or seeing eyes. And then game 2, the Astros were the ones that came back. They scored 4 off of Josh King in the 8th, 4 runs in the span of 9 pitches. So Rangers didn't really know what hit him. And Seager made a pretty interesting decision. So Altuve goes first to third. So now it's first and third, no outs. 9th inning. 2-run game or 3-run game. It's 4-1. Seager comes home to get Altuve instead of turning the double play. It's the 9th inning. I think you turn the double play to get 2 outs and you give them a run. And now it's, 1 out and 2 runs. The Ket Heim throws it away. And then Altuve scores, and then the other 2 runners get the second and third. And then Fielder's Choice scores, and then Tucker homers. So it happened quick. So I thought both those games were fun.
Okay.
What do you think there? You think you got to get that double play?
I'd have to watch it. I don't know. I mean, it
was a double play.
Really like to cut down that run. So if you got a shot at it, I don't know. I mean, I don't love Seager's defense at shortstop when he was with the Dodgers. So I don't know. I'd have to rewatch that one.
My opinion.
You wanted him to turn it?
Get that double play. To watch it again. I watched it once, but yeah. Altuve was like dead. Like he wasn't even really running. I don't know. It was weird. And then Glenn Otto got COVID IL. So they brought up Tyson Miller, who they got off waivers. He doesn't get out of the first inning. 4 hits, 2 walks, 6 earned. Just throwing the outside part of the plate over and over and over again. And then Astros threw 2 immaculate innings in this game.
Yeah, that was that's pretty wild. I watched those. We might hear about more of that later. But it was funny. Not a couple balls not over the dish.
Oh, okay.
Couple balls not over the dish. They got a favorable. Maton got a favorable strike 3 call, and then the other ones Rangers like swung at. So those don't bother me at all. But if you're the Rangers, it's also like, hey, you got to get the pulse a little bit, know what's going on.
Yeah, you can't really know what's going on until you get like 2 pitches away. I get the second one you can.
Yeah,
like a first immaculate inning kind of sneaks up on everyone. Wait, was that?
Sure.
Let's see what's next on my sheet here.
Next on your sheet.
White Sox and Tigers. I found some interesting notes on the White Sox, man. So Joe Kelly comes back. Lance Lynn comes back. Chicago's relievers have worked at least 4 innings in 37 of 61 games. I talked about that against the Rangers, how they're just like getting put in these extra innings and then bullpen days and all that. Chicago, in the past 7 games, the bullpen has logged 42 2/3 innings. The rotation, 23 1/3.
Not great, Bob.
No.
They get Lance back. They get Velasquez back, too. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things. Right now they have it listed as a 6-man rotation. I don't know if it's Velasquez. I don't know if it's, Kopech or whoever. But if you got to shuffle someone back there to help get that on track, you're right. I mean,
Velasquez.
You said Joe Kelly looked good, so they called him up. It also sounds like
they needed help. Yeah, they skipped.
It sounds like
minor
you need
leagues.
some bullets.
But he did look good. But then Hendricks went on the IL. Velasquez just came back from the IL, so he was like a opener type. So like they're like some of them are
There's
natural instances.
in there, yeah.
That's happening. Cease had a good start against the Tigers, and he actually one of those funny things where like Dylan Cease dominates the Tigers.
Okay.
10-0 with a 1.91 ERA, 75 strikeouts and 11 starts against Detroit.
Tough. Got your number. Yeah, I'm starting to drink a little White Sox Kool-Aid. I will say, man, their bullpen right now, this was a team that we looked at it preseason before the lockout. They still had Dirty Craig Kimbrell. Right now, Hendricks is out. Graveman. Joe Kelly, he's been hurt a little bit this year. Right now, he's the setup guy. It's him and Graveman. So, Aaron Bummer on the IL. Garrett Crochet out for the season. Hendricks now on the IL. They're going to need their starting pitchers to step up. Luckily, they have starting pitchers that very well can step up and try to reset things back there. But they get a sweep, which they needed in a bad way.
Their first sweep since May 6th.
A little funny business in the dugout. Might hear more about that later.
For the White Sox?
Yeah.
Okay, because the Tigers did some funny business.
They were after the dugout, right? They had an internal team meeting.
Oh, you're talking about that. I thought you were talking about something else. They had a team meeting, but the Tigers found their belt, their Macho Man belt that Derek Holland bought last year. They hadn't hit a home run in like 10 games. And then Willie Castro, first pitch of the game, goes deep, gets the belt. So they're feeling good about that. Tucker Barnhart burned his bat, sent a picture to AJ Hinch of his bat in a fire, and he thinks that's helped him get on the right track.
So we're at that point of the season for the Tigers.
Yeah, man. They scored 5 runs for the 9th time in the game they lost, game 1. Like, it's bad.
I think like 3 weeks ago was the first time I was like, let me check out some Tigres stats. And yeah, it was like the saddest page on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unreal that, you're 30th in OPS, you're 30th in runs, you're 30th in homers. And Jim, this is the part that's going to sting you the most. If you're not doing any of that, you might as well get aggressive on the bases. They're 30th in steals. So there's nothing.
Their 8-game homerless streak was its longest since 89, but that streak was over 2 seasons, so as to end the year and start the year. Single season, 1972 was the last time they went that long without hitting a homer.
Good to see Rocket Clemens kids on the bump. Cody gets out there.
I'm fully old man at clouds.
Yeah.
That's too much. But now I was 2 weeks early. Because now on
right on time.
On being like, we're out on pitchers, like position player pitching. Because when I tweeted it, I got a lot of shit. But now I'm seeing everyone also say, okay, like this isn't a spectacle anymore. It's kind of
not even a party trick.
It's just a bad.
If we're gonna do that, like let me go out there.
Let a fan. It's just a bad.
Like, why not? Yeah. Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
Like, let's add some entertainment value if we're really gonna do that. Have a manager pitch.
Yeah.
Who'd be your top managers you'd like to see go out there and pitch?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Thank you, Jake.
Top manager I'd like to go out there and see pitch. Running through all the managers in my head.
Okay.
Running through all the managers in my head. Kind of blanking.
Okay.
I just keep getting in shape managers. Like I went down the.
So you don't want an in-shape
Snitker
one. Yeah, Snitker. Snitker was up there.
I went like...
I'd love to know what that toss looks like.
I went like Cora, and I was like, no. I went Boone, no. I went Rocco Baldelli, no. I was like, all the... Tito would probably be fun, but I've seen that.
La Russa is kind of too far.
La Russa. There it is.
I don't know.
I'd love to see him pitch it. No, he'd die.
That's the thing. Then it's almost dangerous.
Yeah.
No,
Are wildly out-of-shape managers out of fashion?
I think so.
Then I thought Kevin Cash.
I mean, they kind of went young and sexy for a while, remember?
Brendan
like
Hyde.
the Jace Tinglers and guys like that.
Yeah, and then even the older guys, Bomel, it's not
my pick's
wild.
always been Scott Service because of that neck.
Yeah, but he throws a great BP.
I know.
He's a catcher.
I know.
Darts.
That's why it'd be a good product.
Yes, it would. All right. Next.
All right.
Yankees Rays. We have talking Yanks, so we won't dive deep into this. But Yankees are playing unreal ball and just get wins. And if you drop a ball in the outfield, they're going to take advantage. I mean, the Rays dropped 2 balls in the outfield in the first 2 games. The first one led to 2 runs scoring. The second one led to 3 runs scoring. So they have that take advantage of factor that I always talk about right now, dialed up. Like if you make a mistake against this Yankees team, they're good enough. If you make a mistake, they will fucking make you pay. Immediately. It's, as a Yankees fan, the most fun team I've watched in a long, long time.
And the Rays, I mean, half of their lineup right now, you're not getting like anything. Like Kiermaier, Walls, Phillips, Brujan, Mejia. The Rays hitting is entering a very they're kind of like a bottom 5 hitting team in baseball, which, hey, they're kind of a top 5 pitching team. That's Rays a little bit. Yeah. But to be a bottom 5 hitting team, it's getting a little risque for the Rays.
They are missing 3 guys now.
Right.
Franco, Zunino, Bilao.
I mean, Franco and Lau are supposed to be a chunk of their offense, but that's
Zunino was good last year.
Part of the reason I got mad when they traded Austin Meadows before the season is that if something like that happens, your lineup is empty.
He's also not hitting, but that's just because he's on the Tigers.
And yeah, exactly. Oh, if he was on the Rays, he'd have an 850 OPS this year. The Yankees starting pitching continues to be otherworldly. I mean, them and the Dodgers are on their own planet, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Judge more homers, blah, blah, blah. Twins and Mariners. Yes. Twins took 2 out of 3 here. I don't know what I would have liked to see there because I want both these teams to keep winning. I like the Mariners. I think the Twins have the Central. I'd like the Mariners to fucking keep winning. I think the Twins are fine.
I mean, the Guardians are surprisingly close to the Twins, and I think the White Sox are starting to figure it out. So with that in mind, like I guess when you just read that to me, like I kind of had an exhale that was just like, the Mariners, man. Like when? Mm-hmm. And I'm starting to lean never. And you know I'm not that guy.
Oh, come on now.
I'm a baseball hope guy. But man, what the heck, Mariners? Like how I've said every episode, it feels like the Padres are giving me good news. Mariners, it feels like the exact opposite. It's they lost the series and they almost got into a fight. And you're like, all right, that's bad.
They lost by 1 run in game 1. I mean, Flexen pitched pretty well, but that ABC lineup.
I love that. We love letters.
Arise, single, Buxton, homer. That's what they did against Cole, too. But those 3, they're well. And then Ty France, he has an RBI after, I think Penn Murphy, our dude, blew a game in this one.
Easy on that.
Trevor was giving him love. And then I believe he blew game 3, which was the rubber match.
Tell me that.
I think he did.
Not Penn.
Yes. He allowed 3 earned runs.
Mariners did score 0, so I won't fully blame Penn. But, not great,
my
Bob.
wordage was wrong. He didn't blow the game, but he had a bad outing.
The Battle of the Bastards is this weekend.
Dude, Mariners, what's going on?
Angels and Mariners teeing it up for 5.
That's going to be some, pissy, angsty stuff.
That's like... Those are like 2 middle school teams that are both finishing their season. They're 4-7, and they're like, I hate those guys. Yeah. They stink.
We're better than them, though.
We're so much better than them.
People like to say that we're the same as this team.
Yeah. That's going to be fun.
Rooting for both. The Twins did pitch back-to-back pitchers whose first name starts with JH.
Nevin gets tossed.
What's that?
Nevin gets tossed in that series.
Oh, yeah.
Luck.
Yeah. Johan and Harrell. Is that how you pronounce those names?
I think it's Jarrell.
Just with an H. But then Cotton, he used to be on the, and then Johan is with the JH. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Really throwing everyone for a loop there. Good job by the Twins. Their hitting is very good. And I guess their pitching is, held the Mariners to 2 and then 0.
There's a coach I want to watch pitch.
Rocco?
Mariners pitching coach.
Oh.
Our guy.
Yeah. I'd like that.
Logan Gilbert deserves some love.
He's good.
6 shutty.
Blue Jays win 2 out of 3 against the Orioles.
Okay.
In game 1, they won 11-1. In the 5th inning, they scored 7 runs. 6 of them with 2 outs. They sent 11 men to the plate. Just kept going and going. Meanwhile, on the other side, Manoah goes 1 hit over 7. And his pitch count was only at 86. But they were like, let's just save you up. We got a big lead. Because he's could throw a complete game every time.
He's incredible. He's the ERA leader. He's the win leader, which, again, that matters on your team. Because that means you're winning games. And, yeah, Jim, he's not punching a ton of tickets, less than a strikeout an inning. Our guy's just a bulldog, and he goes to work, and he's in the Cy Young race right now.
I think he leads it right now, right? I don't know. There's a lot of fun names, actually. The AL Cy Young.
There's still some,
cool.
There's some good competition.
Kikuchi does not have it again in game 2. Orioles get to him. He's got a 10.6 ERA in June so far, 3 games, and one of them was 0.2, but still, it's just not good. For the Orioles, Jorge Lopez got the last 5 outs to win game 2. He's having a good season. And Jorge Mateo had a nice barehand play at short to get Bo Bichette. So that's how they locked down that 1-run game. Classic, if it went 10, the Blue Jays were winning it situation. They just kept but never then. And then the Blue Jays win the rubber match. You can't lose a series to the Orioles right now. If you're the Blue Jays, you got to keep going. Not to knock the Orioles. They are a pretty pesky team. But the Blue Jays win it in the 10th. Vladdy gets his first walk-off. Another decision here, Jake. They don't intentionally walk him. And Vladdy told Kirk, who was sitting behind him, said, get ready. They're going to walk me. And then they didn't. And he said, well, game's over. That's Vladdy's quote. When they didn't, I said, well, the game is over right here. And he hits a single. Would you have walked Vladdy to get to Kirk? Kirk's pretty good, too.
Kirk's pretty
good.
good.
The force out and slow.
Two, I guess what I would say is Vladdy in June. I've mentioned he had a bad May, a 681 OPS, which for a lot of players isn't a bad May. He's 1.1 in 14 games of June, and it feels like MVP Vlad is here. I'd probably take a Kirk bet.
Triple play in order. Vladdy on first and Kirk up.
But you're still going to lose the Kirk bet, so maybe they just want to hit the shows,
Maybe.
Jose
Barrios' third consecutive quality start.
Yeah.
Orioles side of things, Mountcastle has found the power stroke. 12 of his last 14 hits are extra base hits. He's got a 776 slugging in June.
Look at that. Hey, Orioles, I know we don't talk a ton about you. Pretty brutal division, and you guys are still going at it. Adley gets his first home run. We love that. But, when you look at the top half of the Orioles lineup, between Hayes and Mountcastle and Rushman and Cedric Mullins, I know we've said it a few times this year. It hasn't been said in a little while. The product in Baltimore is pretty nice.
Yeah, lineup and defense, actually. They make some fun plays, too. Is there another series in the AL, or I just do them all?
A's Red Sox. I don't think we talked about that.
A's Red Sox. Boston win game 1, 6-1. Pivetta goes 8 innings again. He just loves
full pension, baby.
He loves pitching. And then in game 2, Winkowski took the bump against Cap. And he goes 5 shutout for his first career win. So Verdugo had a 2-run homer, and he was excited about it because he hadn't had one in a long time. I don't know anything on the A side of the ball.
Cap.
Sorry, Oakland fans. I do not hate you. This was the last one on my research list.
Right.
My train arrived.
I heard Cap was pretty wild, and he wasn't about it. I know they're playing game 3 today, and sounds dumb, but for the Red Sox with this momentum, get your sweep on. Do it.
Get your sweep
Now's
on.
the time. Summer's here. That feels like a song.
Well, Missy Elliott, get your freak on.
Get your sweep on. Get. Love Missy.
That's a lock that you would love Missy.
Yeah, I mean I get compared to Missy Elliott a lot.
Bye.
If people had a conversation who on Talkin' Baseball is most like Missy Elliott,
If that happened, for sure, absolutely.
Sound off in the comments about who you think has the most Missy Elliott in their game.
Well, I mean, I think it's you as well.
Devers and Bogarts, Jim.
Devers and Bogarts.
They're not bad.
They're good. I mean, it sucks what the Yankees are doing because that whole stat about the Red Sox winning 12 of 14 and losing ground or whatever it is. But I am scared of, I don't know what to.
Right.
But the Rays, Red Sox, and Blue Jays all have top 6 records in the AL. They're not bad teams. What the Yankees are doing right now is crazy. But if the Yankees fall down, or if you get to a playoff series, it's not like it's not going to be a game.
Yeah.
So I would like one of those 3 teams to just fall out of it, and I don't have to worry about them. But right now, I don't know which 2 it is, but I'm going to be very worried come September as a Yankees fan between the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, and the Rays. I don't know what 2 will last. I'm hoping that only 2 last, or I'm hoping none last, to be honest. But you know what I'm saying? I can't sit here and shit on them because as a Yankees fan, because the Yankees are playing amazing, because they're also playing good baseball.
Blue Jays are crazy talented. They were one of the favorites coming into this year, and some of the guys you wouldn't mention first, we thought Manoah would be good. We didn't think he'd be this good. They've also got some spots that it's okay, Vladdy's going again. The Jays are the Jays. The Red Sox, I mean, dude, they were in the CS last year.
Yeah, no.
So the fact that they're done and they can officially say oh, we had a shit start to the season but that's like over.
Yes.
Like they are clear. They're 5 games over 500. Like they put that in their rear view.
Put that in their rear view.
Rays, mid.
Yeah, Jake's out on them.
Been out on them.
I need them to stop. I
Trade
see.
Austin Meadows.
This is a genuine question, not shit talking. Have the Rays been
was
bad
shit-talking.
on defensively all season, or are we just witnessing it? Because when we went down to Tampa, it was the infield that was booting balls,
Right.
and which led to runs, and then the 2 of the first 3 games now, it's the outfield. Rosarena throws one away. He doesn't catch one. Phillips dropped 2 or dropped 1 in his glove. Because that's an oddity for me if the Rays aren't defensively sound.
Yeah, I mean the some of the defensive stats I look at. I mean Phillips, otherworldly outs above average outfield jump. So I think
That one's a
I think
blip.
it's an outlier there.
And I've seen Randy have good plays, but I've also seen him blue
Oh
plays,
yeah,
but-
Randy's.
And historic,
Wow.
like the last several years, they've been anecdotally a really good defensive team. So if they've just dropped off a little this year,
Or maybe
you
they've
feel that
dropped
more.
4 balls, but they were just happening to be about against the Yankees.
You know what
so-
they're missing, Jim?
And right now they're missing guys.
Joey Wendell.
Yeah, Joey Wendell would tighten him up.
You think he'd walk? You think he'd walk around in the shower after dropping a fly ball if Joey Wendell was still on the team?
No. I mean,
I wouldn't
after
go in
knowing
there.
what his brother did to him.
I wouldn't go in there.
Let's go to the IL.
All right.
And we're off.
James, we're leaving. We're going back home to the left coast. How about a little Coconut Records? Trevor Plouffe was in the building for Angels, Dodgers, and his best friend, who doesn't know him, Tony Gonsolin, dropped it yet again. Dude, 6.1 shutout from Tony Gonsolin. It's unreal. Let's talk about him even more. I know we've picked it up, but Syndergaard, 4.21 Ernie. The Angels didn't hit this whole series because literally the next night, Mr. Anderson goes 8.1, no hit up until that point. He ends up giving up 1 earned run after the Shohei triple to break it up. But, I mean, talk about a bad time to be a Halo. The team, I know it's 2 games, but they hit 083. They had 5 hits. The Dodgers had 4 extra base hits in the two days. Trey Turner did his thing, but the pitching for the Dodgers is what separates them as a franchise. Will Smith with a homer. I think we want him to do better. Didn't we want him to end or get more involved in the pedal race? I think we wanted that. So, okay, Will Smith, we like that.
Will Smith.
Rendon exited with a wrist in Game 1, and he didn't play Game 2, so we hate that. Trevor Plouffe caught a fly ball, allegedly, but nobody's got video of it. Isn't that interesting? The San Francisco Giants take 2 out of 3 from the Royals. The Giants took the first 2 games, and the Royals and our guy Heasley. Saw him on the sheet last time, wasn't familiar. He's now my guy. Go Pokes. Heasley, it was 4 innings, 2 earned. Shouldn't be talking about him. Something about the name Heasley. It doesn't sit well for me, but I like saying it. And then we mentioned this guy earlier in the year, Jose Cuas. I think I'm saying this right. He was a FedEx driver. He gets his first MLB win after being a FedEx guy. Now he's in the show. Jim, I think most importantly from this series, your Giants, Logan Webb, 7 shutty. It was his first start this year that there was a 0 in the run column. We know how pitchers think. That's big for him. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets him going a little bit. Giants pitched throughout the starters and the relievers. Tyro Estrada, my guy, with the go-ahead RBI in the first game. Jim, the final interleague set. We got 2 games. They're playing a turd today. Rockies hosted the Guardians, and the Guardians won the first 2 games. How about them? Chris Rose, is he excited?
How about your Rocks?
Are we going to see Chris Rose today? Rocks are, it's a little bit of an avalanche. The Rocks coming down the mountain. And the Avalanche are in the Stanley Cup
you're a
final.
Lightning guy.
Did you watch the game?
I saw clips of it.
Guardians won the first game in extras. Charlie Blackmon hit a game-tying homer in the 7th. Don't care, doesn't matter. because it was Ramirez with the RBI double in the 10th. That's a reference nobody really gets. And then Connor Pilkington pitched the next day. Till the fields, Connor. Owen Miller, game-tying sac fly. Naylor hits the go-ahead RBI double. I don't know. Rockies are done, and Guardians are a part of the season now, so I just need to come to grips with that. And that's what happened in the Interleague.
I mean, you are a Guardians fan.
I like the Guardians players. Hell, I like Cleveland.
Yeah, you do like
I
Cleveland.
like Chris Rose.
Okay.
How could I not like Josh Naylor? Feels like we have similar bodies, but his is extrapolated.
Is his still hitting? Is his body still hitting?
Is his body?
Is his body still hitting?
Is Josh Naylor's body still hitting? Let's see. Josh Naylor, 276, 338, and 827 OPS. So I think maybe came back down to earth a little bit, but that's still nice. Did you see Stephen Kwan's catch? Holy smokes.
He had 4 hits this series, so cut him some slack.
Of course. I mean, come on. He's got an RBI in 4 straight games. Josh Naylor. Did you see Kwan's catch? It's a worthwhile watch. Left field, Coors Field. It's massive out there.
I think I have, but I can't.
He covers a lot of ground in full extension, and it kind of saved the game for them. So we love when Rich Homie Kwan does it.
So go Guardians, go.
I guess so, right?
Want to know why?
Yeah.
Because the Rockies, what's the best they can do? Can they
Fourth
finish
place.
above? Okay, there you go. The Guardians, what's the best they can do?
Win the AL Central.
So that's why I'm going to root for the Guardians over the Rockies in this series.
I like their players.
I can't. Oh, the Rockies wore those uniforms again.
Know what I need?
I can't root for the Rockies when they wear those uniforms. That's a rule.
Yeah, I'm with you. I need a young guy.
Okay. A massage table and a bottle of wine.
I need a young guy on Cleveland who's like must watch for like a weird reason. Like I'm trying to think of an example. Like I need them to have an outfielder that has like a rocket arm. Like not necessarily great at baseball, but it's just like you got to see this guy throw. I need one more carnival attraction from Cleveland to buy in.
Okay.
Is that all right?
I thought Franmil was your.
I love him. He's a monster.
I thought he was
He's
your
hurt
outfield
right
carnival.
now.
I know he's hurt right now, but like he kind of is what you're describing.
I mean, he's a massive human, and I love that.
What about Eli Morgan? He's doing fun stuff. Root for him.
I'm rooting for Eli.
And Josh Naylor's kind of like also.
Right. He welcomes you to the circus, but like, and you see Jose Ramirez.
Josh Naylor's the main attraction of the circus.
Oh, I have
the
him kind of
Guardian
like
circus.
conducting it. Like he's at every stop with you along the way. And like Jose Ramirez, you see him and you're like, wow, that's Jose Ramirez. That's awesome. Franmil, it's like, okay, come look at one of the biggest dudes to ever play. And you're like, this is cool. I need one more party trick. Like Kwan was kind of it. He was the crazy contact guy. You couldn't strike him out. That kind of faded away. I need like a crazy base stealer. Or something like that. I need one more attraction that when it's late night and it's the 8th inning and I see the Guardians are in it, that I'm like, I got to click over there. Because I currently don't have that.
I gotta.
Guardian fans, sound off in my replies.
Dodgers sweep, 2-game set against the Angels.
Yeah. Trevor was there.
Trevor was there, caught a foul ball. People cheered.
Maybe.
I mean, don't you think someone would have replied and been like, I saw it? I didn't check the replies, so maybe someone did do that.
I think people did tweet.
People in the
tag
stadium
us.
confirmed that it was Trev that caught it?
People
Do we
been
know what
tweeting that. I don't have
kind of
visuals.
catch it was?
No.
Like bare hand snag.
Glove. He brought his glove.
Yeah, it's a glove.
Oh, he brought his glove.
Brings his glove when he goes to
Did
a
he
game.
dive over a kid?
So there's some rumors about that. I'm not spreading them.
No, you're not. You just.
I saw some rumors about
No,
that.
you are. I don't know how you.
I saw rumors online about that.
And then by you sharing them, that is you. Like
It gets tricky,
I get
right?
it. It is tricky.
Like I was
think,
rewatching the Joe's Dolphin video, and
Yeah.
that was kind of his argument to you, which wasn't wrong. Because you were like, Joe's, what about those rumors? And he's like, well, if you're kind of spreading them.
I left that shit in Arizona. But Trevor may or may not have like stomped on a kid to catch that ball. Is that what you're saying?
We don't know.
Okay.
We don't know. We think he caught it. That's cool. It was Trev would want to be shouting them out, but I know like Squid Velasquez came over and he was hanging out with Teddy Ballgame, and Drew Bue was throwing the pill with them. So pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
And Dodgers, I mean, Jim, I think again you were on the bus first on this one. The no-hitter allure is just on a downhill chart.
What do you mean?
So the Dodgers, in the second game, they have their guy Anderson, who's in the 8th inning going for a no-hitter. And I can't get dialed up for it.
Oh, no-hitters are very exciting for your team.
Right.
It's almost like a walk-off comeback, like down, let's say down 4 in the 9th. If you tell me the Cardinals were, I hate the Cardinals. Okay. If you told me the Bluebirds, nope, that sounds too much like
they're
the
not
Blue
a
Jays.
team.
If you told me the
Rockets.
If you told me the Stripes were the Gwinnett Stripes were down 4 in the 9th, and they came back to win it on a walk-off.
Right.
If I was a Stripers fan, I'd be very, very enthusiastic, excited about that. Yeah. If not, I don't care. I say, okay, cool, that happens. Like from time to time, that happens. That's what no hitters have become. Perfect games, I'm all in on.
Right.
All in on. But yeah, no hitters. But if like a Yankee pitcher starts throwing one, unless it's Kluber, a pitcher I like, then I will be excited for it.
Tough.
That's always the funny thing. People are like, you'd be excited if it was your friend. I was like, oh, Kluber did, and I didn't give a fuck at all. So,
number 1 selling shirt is kind of nice. I liked Kluber. Tyler Anderson at 2.82 ERA now. He is 8-0 record-wise. This was a guy the Dodgers signed who had a career 4.4. Well, he now has a career 4.44 ERA, so that's suspect.
What did he do?
And he's now a 2.82 ERA. Like potentially an all-star. I know that's, we only care about all JM team, but pretty cool.
It is cool. 32 years old. I'm trying to look at his Savant to see like what did the Dodgers?
Dude, and fucking Gonsolin, man.
He's good.
And Angels, I mean, don't really need to talk about it much. They're still trying to get out of their losing ways, and they're in the middle school battle this weekend for King of the Playground.
Yeah.
Our 3rd place, man.
I want one of those teams to get second. But
I think they will. But yeah, man.
I mean, I want one of them to get first.
Tony Gonsolin leads the National League in ERA.
He's good. And you hate him? Is that what you're saying?
Career 2.41 ERA. He's been lights out. Frustrates me.
They just bumped his changeup up. It's really not that crazy. Bumped up his cutter and his changeup. Throws a changeup just as much as his four seam. This is Anderson. It's not that jarring of a change, but working for him, so that's good. All right, let's move on to the second half of the show, where we're going to give out our standout performances.
It's a standout performance. Good job, Logan Webb. Get hot.
Good job, Logan Webb. Get hot.
Jim, you know this gets us juiced up.
Yeah, but Trev gets to go first because he had the National League.
Standout performances are brought to us by Greg Morris Cards.
Yes! Yes!
We audibly lit up when we heard that GMC was back on TB. Greg Morris Cards, the most trusted sports card seller on the planet. 80,000 sports cards every month. That's 2,000 a day exclusively on eBay, baby. GMC sells baseball cards from every era, pre-war, post-war, modern. Why do people trust Greg Morris? I mean, listen to the name. Greg Morris shakes your hand and says, I'm Greg Morris. You trust them.
Yeah.
He's driving. Like,
you get in a car with Greg Morris, it's not even a fucking question of who's driving.
He's never sat in a passenger seat.
No.
Greg Morris drives the car.
Yeah. He boots taxi drivers out sometimes.
Yeah.
I know a good route.
It's Ron Swanson. GMC wants to give you $10 in free cards just for hearing about us on John Boy Media. Go to the website, gregmorriscards.com. Find the cards you want. If you win the eBay auction, message them with the code JOHNBOY and you'll get $10 off your order. So I wonder if you buy like an $8 card, do you think GMC will send you 2 back?
Maybe.
There's only one way to find out. go check out gregmorriscards.com. And make sure you follow them, IG, Facebook, Twitter, to see exclusive content and deals. So thanks, Greg.
Here's Trevor's standout.
Yes.
My standout performance goes to none other than my good buddy Kyle Gibson. 8 innings pitched against the Marlins, 7 hits, but only 1 earned run. He had the 6 Ks. That 1 earned run was on a solo shot, but Gibby had it all working. The two-seamer or the sinker, whatever you want to call it, was nasty. He got Jazz Chisholm to give like the helmet thing where like you take a swing on a pitch, like an off-speed pitch, you swing so hard that your helmet goes. He got Jazz doing that on a changeup. Jazz is wearing shades that look just like mine. That's interesting. But the biggest K came on this pitch to Soler, 3-2. It looked like Soler thought he was in a backdoor the two-seamer. Well, that thing came out straight and then dove the other way. Slide ball. Soler looked silly on it. Phillies have been surging. If they want to continue that and try to topple the Mets in the NL East, Gibby's got to be a big part of it. And I think this 8 innings pitched, 1 earned run on only 89 pitches, that's a good start. Shout out Gibby.
All right. Thanks to Trevor Plouffe giving Gibby his standout. Sounds good. I think we can just say when a pitcher does that to a batter that he bobbleheads him. When the helmet starts bobbling.
I like that.
That's pretty easy.
Higgy does that a lot. Yeah, I mean, if he takes the biggest swings ever, though, like it's kind of a compliment.
Got a small head,
and he's got great hair, so he's kind of showboating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we love Gibby. Still kind of pissed at him about the 10-game win streak, so I'm kind of beefing with Gibby. But
maybe he was in the clubhouse in the outfit, and then they lost. You don't know.
Ready to go. I don't know. You don't know NATO. I don't know NATO. If Gibby goes, I mean, Nola's having a monster year. Wheeler's having a monster year. It's why you get talked into about the Phillies. And David Cohn on Towing the Slab with Yankees pitching coach Matt Blake. If you like baseball talk, Coney is just drooling at the mouth because they're talking about Clay Holmes' sinker that when it catches the seams, that seam-shifted wake, and how it just goes. And Coney was like, yeah, back in my day, that used to just be, you'd throw one of those, and you're like, that was badass. Yeah. And he's like, now you know how to throw that? So, and Gibby's talked on our show a little bit about that he might have found something.
Might have. I'm giving my standout to Miles Mikolas, unless you have chosen him already.
I think he's a Mikolas, but I have not.
Mikolas. We've talked about him before. The Lizard King. Ate a lizard once. Yeah. That's all I can think about when I see his name, which is unfortunate because I don't really like the video of him eating a live lizard.
You've watched it?
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I like it?
No.
He
puts a live lizard in his mouth and eats it.
I watched that?
Yeah.
Probably
winter meetings we watched in JJR once, yeah.
We've watched it.
I don't want to.
Yeah, no, it's not like that cool. The only run that he allows reaches on an error. And then, Brian Reynolds reached on error, and then Vogie hits him in on a ground out. And that's it, man.
Yeah, he had a no-hitter going into
1, 2, 3 through 5. 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. And then he's an out away, and it's a ground rule double.
Yeah. Right out of Harry Bader's reach. Pretty impossible play, but Harry Bader, a guy who prides himself on, his defensive prowess, would have been badass if Bader somehow gets to that ball and then it's like, oh my God, for the no-hitter. Yeah. And St. Louis is excited and we tweet like, chill out.
And you got to be very worried about his arm. I hate to be this person, but 129 pitches.
Yeah.
They left him in to do it.
Yeah.
He threw 85 before that, 107 before that. We're talking high-stress 109 pitches because he's chasing something down. So hopefully he's all right. But his last 2 starts for Miles have been awesome. 8 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 8.2, 0 earned runs.
I wonder if they
But I would give him a day. I would hope. I don't know what the Cardinals can do.
So they have an off day today, and Jack Flaherty just came back. So maybe they can give him a 6-day, and maybe this next start is 85 pitches or something like that, and you try to reset.
Yeah, you got to balance it a little bit somehow. Cool. Well, that's my standout. And next up is you.
Nice one, man.
Thanks, dog.
Killer boots, man.
No, it's a pullover.
I thought someone took Paul Goldschmidt. He was highlighted for different reasons, but you just talked about the Cardinals. And I want to talk about this team that's winning 14 straight games. And Jimmy, I want to talk about an OG Talking Baseball guy, an OG U guy, young, thick Austin Riley.
Mm-hmm.
James, we know about his massive season last year, kind of the full-blown breakout. He puts up a 2-homer day. A little 3 for 4, 2 Jimmy Jacks, not a big deal. James, did you know this? Austin Riley is now tied or leading the National League in home runs with 18. Austin Riley.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
I like it.
Got a look on your face.
I like it.
Jim, he also, I believe he's played every day. I talked about this with Dansby Swanson at shortstop. I think young, thick Riley's out there every day at third.
Yeah.
Which you like.
I could see Austin Riley and Pete Alonso being at the same family barbecue, but they're like, 3 cousins once removed or something like that. And each family talks about him in the same manner.
Yeah.
And they finally meet. They're like, yeah. People say I'm like you all the time. Yeah.
In the 14-game streak, he's got 6 homers in that time. He's a stud, man. If he came back to earth a little bit this year, I think we would all be like, well, baseball's tough. He had the breakout year. Maybe pitchers are learning more about him. His stats are, the OPS is there, and I think he's getting a little hotter that he might catch up on some of the other stuff. But a big part of the reason they've won 14 in a row.
Good job by Young Thick.
Love him.
Quick segment for you here. This is a brand new segment that's just being added to the show as we speak. There are 8 baseball players with the first name Austin in MLB. You have 10 seconds to name all of them. Go.
Austin Riley, Austin Bryce, Austin Meadows, Austin.
Dead. You've died.
How many did I say? How many Austins did I say?
You got.
Did you want last name
You
too?
got Riley and Meadows. First name you did really well. I think you only got 7 though. You did miss one, but last name only Riley and Meadows. You didn't get Barnes, Hayes, Romine, Hedges, Nola, or Slater.
I think I just said their first name.
Yeah, you did great first name. It's 2 different scores we're keeping.
Okay.
Cool. Let's go to the next segment of the show.
People wearing hats.
Slump Watch.
It's a Slump Watch.
Now, these kind of are tricky because we're less games, so I don't know.
Probably got no games.
Andrew Benintendi, 2 for 8 with a double and a walk. That's decent. I don't know.
333.
Corey Seager, 4 for 12 with a homer and a double. Corey Seager's off.
Good job, Courtney.
Luis Robert, 5 for 13 with 3 RBIs, hit by pitch. He's off. I mean, the White Sox got 22 hits in Game 3 of their series.
It's a lot.
22 and like 4 walks. Austin Meadows, there's an Austin, 3 for 10. That's 300 with a double and 2 walks.
On the Tigers, that's like hitting 800.
Yeah, he's off. Tigers scored 5 runs, first time, 9th time all season. Jorge Soler, 3 for 13 with a double, 231, no walks, a hit by pitch. He'll stay for now because you want to get him right.
And Trev just talked about him getting diced up a little bit.
That was rude of him.
Jorge Soler's hot.
Alex Bregman, 0 for 11.
Ooh, that's not good.
Josh Bell, 0 for 9. It's got to be just 2 games, though. These all got to be. Acuna, definitely. Acuna and Arenado both had not great series. Acuna's had not great a couple games now.
Yeah.
Not terrible, but this last series was bad.
Series.
So they're on, and then who do you want? You want Baez, Bell, or Bregman? The 3 Bs, dog. Who do you want?
I would go. It's not Baez.
Yeah. Obviously.
I mean, that's a pretty decent week for a Tigers hitter. 0 for 8. That's not bad. He had an RBI. You think people are going to be mad about that one? You think Ray's going to come at me? Don't sleep on the Tigers. You're not hitting anything.
Jimmy hates the Tigers. That's what they'll respond to that one.
Know what I'll say?
Yeah.
I love the Tigers. And then I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm between Bell or Bregman. Bell, you get some trade value type stuff, right? Like that's going to be a part of this season. Bregman, Houston's good, and we want him to be good. And
I'd like them to have a race. I like someone to challenge the Astros. I don't think it's happening.
Okay, we'll put Bell for trade value.
We did.
Sorry, Breggs.
He reads a lot.
Sorry, Briggs.
Sorry.
Nasties on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
Goldie, you were saying something about him?
I love Paul Goldschmidt. And
Okay.
Jim, this is why.
Okay.
10 for 16. 4 homers.
2 doubles.
9 RBI with 3 walks.
Yeah. Nuts.
The dude's out of his mind. Your guy Ryan Mountcastle, weren't you telling me he's starting to swing for power?
He is. Got Pop had a 2-homer day. Orlando Arcia.
Trying to win that second base job. 7 for 9 helps.
Sure does. 2 homers. Reese Hoskins, he's hot. You were saying that. Telling Trev to befriend him again.
Yeah.
Jose Abreu
Yep.
had a kind of a
Yep.
game-ending home run, 8 for 13, 2 home runs. Vladdy
Yep.
getting hot. They're excited about that. They say he's still not fully there, but he's getting there.
Oh, yeah.
Jorge Alfaro, 5 for 10 with 2 homers, and Ozuna, 5 for 11 with 2 homers.
Wilson Contreras sneaks in as we need. He's got to get traded.
A lot of the Cubbies do.
Yeah.
A lot of them do.
What team do we want Wilson Contreras on? Because we're Yankee snobs. We thought catcher might be an upgrade before the season, but we've kind of loved it. Who needs a catcher?
I think people keep saying Padres at him.
Padres. Okay. With the Mets? I mean, McCann's coming back.
Alfaro's in Fuego right now, so just rude.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
No idea.
Do they want to do another trade with the Mets like last year? They're finding all new teams to trade with.
It's true.
Sound
No
off.
repeat customers.
Sound off.
Here's Trevor's. Oh, you got Kelsey's thing? We always forget about it. Who's awards brought to us by someone too?
Hit me with the Kelsey Awards. I need to hear it.
Awards!
Are brought to you by Shady Rays. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Shady Jake, telling you about Shady Rays. Shady Rays, Jim. What do they do?
Cover your eyes from the sun.
Sunglasses.
You didn't ask me what they are.
Sunglasses that cover your eyes from the sun at Shady Rays. They're giving you guys a real deal. Not talking Holyfield. ShadyRays.com.
Ba-doom-tsh.
If you use code TALKIN, you'll get 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades.
How you
BBD,
spelling
did you
that?
use this one? Did you punch an order with these bad boys?
Oh, yeah. Well, they're great sunglasses.
Yep.
And the deal they're giving us, I got another pair for myself, and I got a gift with the other set.
Oh, a little some for me, a little some for you.
You bought 2 pairs, right?
Looks like
one
I
for
just...
your eyes, one for your wiener. And then you took a picture, sent it to Jess.
Look at this.
Said, which nose do you like better, gal?
Oh, look at this. Oh, the glasses.
Which one protrudes more?
Glasses keep falling off. Every pair is backed by their lost and broken replacement guarantee. You're like, what's that, Jake? You break or lose.
No one's hearing that and asking what's that.
You lose your glasses or you break them. Shady Rays is going to replace them.
Yes.
These are lifers, babe. ShadyRays.com, code TALKIN, 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades, and they last for life. I don't know what else you want to hear. I don't know.
For my award, I'm going Tolkien Baseball. The award is called Look to the East. Now, you probably already know this scene. If there's any scene in any movie that gets Coach Trev fired up, and I'm talking like fired up, Roman ready, it's this scene with Gandalf at the end of the battle for Helm's Deep, when all hope seems lost. Aragorn and Theoden ride out to try to face the Uruk-hai head on. It's not looking good. They're outnumbered, they're outmanned, they're outgunned. Things are bad. You see the light from the sun start to shine over the hill. And Aragorn remembers what Gandalf told him. He said, "Look to my coming on the first light of the 5th day. At dawn, look to the east." Bam! There's Gandalf. Shadowfax goes back on his hind legs. The sun's there. The riders of Rohan are with him. They come down the hill. Gandalf shines the light. The Uruk-hai are like, what is going on? Helm's Deep is saved. Gandalf saves the day. This award is going to Tony Catterday Gonsolin. Now, the Dodgers did not know that the rotation needed saving. They didn't know that Kershaw would miss some time. They didn't know that Buehler was going to miss some time. Hell, they didn't even know what Catterday was going to do for their team. Was he going to be the 5th starter? We're not sure. You know what he did? He saved the day. He's been an ace for them. Go check out the baseball reference page. I mean, the last 6 starts that this guy has made, they've all gone at least 6 innings, and he's given up no more than 2 earned runs. The ERA is down to 1.42. The WHIP is down to 0.8. This guy is pitching like an absolute ace. Should be in the All-Star game. I saw him live dice up the Angels where everything was working. Splitter, heater, the slurve. The guy can pitch. His stuff is electric. And Coach Trev told you it was going to be that way when I saw that ball hissing out of his hand. So shout out Catterday. Meow, meow, baby. You the man.
Meow, meow. Trev gave such a smile after he said meow, meow, baby. I know for everyone else, it's just on screen right now.
Baby.
Look at this smile he gave.
Baby, you the man.
Catterday. Hey, you stepped all over this one. Trev would have been so mad at you.
Yeah, I'm happy. No, dude, because I said when I was talking about Catterday,
Yeah.
I wanted to even talk about him more, even though we've been talking about him more, because he deserves it. So I'm glad we talked about him even more.
Nice. God bless you. My award is the Abstinence has a 99% success rate as Contraception award.
Okay. Who's it going to?
2 guys get it. Garcia and Meton for being immaculate. Immaculate. Mary, sinless life. Immaculate conception.
Yeah.
Had a baby. Immaculate inning is a much different thing, Jake. Yeah. It's a much different thing. And as we said, Houston threw 2 of them in the same game. Has it happened before? I was reading it, and I didn't see anyone say that, but I'm guessing it hasn't, especially the same 3 batters.
Yeah, that's tough.
Garcia, Miller, and then Duran. Or no. It was Lowe, Duran.
First time.
Miller. Lowe, Duran, Miller. First time, 2 different pitchers have thrown immaculate innings in the same game. Jake thinks it was bad umping.
There was one call. A strike 3 called off the plate. That was a little tough.
Okay.
I mean, it was tough camera angles down there. It was not in the box. It kind of wasn't close to the box. But hey.
Screw that box, man.
Screw that box. History. Kirkajan's probably excited.
Immaculate innings are cool.
You like them a lot.
I think they are cool. I
Yeah.
do. I like less than 9 pitch innings better.
Right.
Like that's. I think I'm constant with that. If someone has a 4-pitch inning, it's usually part of my recap.
Yeah. You like immaculate innings how I like the cycle.
Yeah, I don't
Like
hate.
there's-
I don't
like there's
dislike the
more-
cycle, but I do think
There's
cool
obviously
factor-
more impressive
feats.
feats.
Yeah, yes,
But it's still cool.
it's just cool.
Yeah.
To just be like, whoa, 1, 2, 3, strike, like strike, strike. 1, 2, 3, strike, strike, strike. 1, 2, 3, strike. That is cool.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah. Hello, good morning, good night. Do you have an award?
I do.
Oh, I thought you were not giving an award this week.
Shooby-doo-up, do-up, do-up. I'm giving out the We Want the Beef award, Jim.
We
James.
want the beef, not where's the beef.
We want the beef.
Not where's the beef.
Not where's the beef. I think that's copyright.
Copied by who?
It certainly is a big bun.
It's a very big bun.
Big fluffy bun.
It's a very big fluffy bun.
Where's the beef?
James.
Mm-hmm.
Between innings in the White Sox dugout,
Yeah.
we see Lance Lynn, your guy,
My guy.
and Super Joe McEwing,
Crusher of Randy Johnson.
former Mets great. He's also the third base coach with the Chicago White Sox. We see them in a heated debate. And Lance Lynn steps up to the mic postgame. We had Lance Lynn on this very program. And he told us he's pretty cookie cutter in his postgame interviews. If he has a bad game, he says it's kind of like, wasn't my day today. If he has a good game, he's like, the team won. I love it.
He's also a character, some other ones, too.
He is a character. Like, Lance Lynn has fun with life. And him and Joe McEwing, they asked what it was about, and he said that McEwing kept telling Lynn that filet is better than ribeye. And Lance goes on, he's like, I'm more of a ribeye guy, but he's a filet guy.
He's a filet and Caesar salad guy.
Lance Lynn is the best. He does it all with a straight face. And James, I got tagged in this a couple times, and I alluded to it during the episode. The White Sox need a little internal scuffle. The vibes were bad. Big Lance Lynn is back. You want innings? You think Lance is going to give him some innings soon.
Eventually, he's got a first start.
He's going to find it.
And it wasn't great.
And Lance Lynn is a pretty big, around 100 games left. You think Lance Lynn's freaking out? He's telling the boys, like, don't worry. I'm back. We're going to get more boys back. And, dude, the way they hit this weekend with a little internal fight, like, I wouldn't be surprised if we get, since the Fire Tony chance, the White Sox are 11-3 in a little bit, something like that. I think they're going to start to go. I think it's that point of the year. Seeing how nuts their offense went with still having their rotation, it's White Sox time. I was kind of on the Braves. I'm not going to give myself full credit on this, but I thought with the Braves schedule and them starting to click, they might go. I think it's White Sox time. I think in 2-3 weeks we'll be talking about them on top of or pretty close to the division.
I was reading a lot of the up on the fight and stuff and people's thoughts, and I was in the White Sox subreddits reading a little bit, and they shared the sentiment like, at least nice to see someone caring. And everyone thought Lynn was mad about the shifts. You can see him saying, no, I was mad at yelling at myself. Guy who yells at himself all the time. One of the bigger light switch guys who's like, don't talk to him when he's on the mound because you're just going to get like an earful. But off the mound, he's like a silly little kid in most of his interviews.
He's like a jovial athlete.
Yeah, like a jolly guy. And then, what are you doing, Joe McEwing? Like, it's his first start back.
Yeah.
First pitch he threw goes for a homer, and then he gets burned on weak contact. Like, you're going to go talk to that guy?
Yeah.
Are you a nut job?
Maybe.
Do you think Randy Johnson saw Joe McEwing step at the plate and was like, who the fuck is this guy? Look at that batting stance.
I think Randy Johnson was doing everything in his control to not throw the pitch right at Joe McEwing's wiener.
He had a lot of hits off Randy Johnson. Pitcher he had the most hits off in his career, Joe McEwing.
Yeah.
Randy Johnson, 11 hits.
You talk about a utility guy.
Yeah.
Super Joe. Oh, Randy Johnson. You forget how
ugly he was.
Oh, I didn't say that.
He's cleaned up really well. I mean, you see him these days. He looks nice with his photo company, but the mustache and the mullet combo is undefeated in ugliness.
Randy Johnson is Shaq for me. Just so dominant and so nasty. Like, neither kind of regarded as the best ever for different reasons, but man, give me those guys in one game every time.
BBD, who is our best friend of the week?
It's Racer, 8 for 13, 2 homers, triple, 2 doubles, 7 RBIs, a walk. Third time this year. He and Hap have the most.
Cool. Are we simulating? Do you want to? We're running long. Do we have it set up?
If
I've
it's
been told
ready.
It's ready.
Fire it up. Stimulate me. Hit it hard, hit it fast.
Okay, here we go. Where's my sexy music? Where's my sexy music?
Tones.
What the fuck's it? Funky Loop, that's what it's called. Okay, stimulator time. Let's talk about it in the American League. The Twins and the Red Sox would be facing off as a wild card match, a 3-game set. Who's winning that?
The Red Sox.
Ooh, Twins. Do it again. Losing the first round. Blue Jays and Rays. Battle of the A's. In the other wild card game, winner goes on to play the Yankees, and it will be
The Blue Jays.
Oh, it's a good. I like that. Now let's stay in the AL. Yankees versus Jays right away. Who wins?
Blue Jays.
Oh, my God. Cancel the fucking show. Astros and Red Sox.
Astros.
Oh my God.
Dude, I should have saved that for the end. I'm completely lost steam. In the NL, the Cardinals and the Giants play a wild card game against each other. Some history, some fun, good fan bases.
Cardinals. Fan bases, huh?
Cards.
Fan bases.
I went to a trailer.
I think that was somebody's name.
Padres and Braves. That's a series I don't really want to see.
Braves.
I'd like to see both those teams against other teams.
Okay.
Braves beat the Padres?
Yeah.
Wow. And then the Braves and the Mets play.
Braves.
Oh, no. The Braves are looking to repeat the Cards and the Dodgers.
Cardinals.
That's unbelievable. Now we have the Cardinals and the Braves
Huh?
in the NLCS. Who wins that?
The Cardinals.
And the Astros and the Jays in the American League CS. And who wins that?
Astros.
Astros Cardinals World Series. Holy smokes. And it goes to
Cardinals.
Wow.
Cardinals win the
Shout
World
out.
Series. The Stimulator doing its thing today. Unbelievable stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you. Hope you have a great weekend. We're going to go play some schoolyard puck. And Jake sucks.